How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be taking you through the brand new content update that we just got released in MLB The Show 21. I'm going to be talking about who I think you should take for the third inning program boss, so we'll go ahead and get right into it. So as you can see, we have new legend Troy Glaus, Dennis Eckersley, and Grady Sizemore for the third inning bosses. We also have some Tops Now cards, as well as a brand new postseason Mickey Mantle. We should have a May Player of the Month Lightning version of Marcus Semien coming out on the 8th. That is my prediction, alongside a Jesse Winker card or a diamond leading up to that. There could be a couple other players as well. We have the second round of that kitchen sink pack coming out pretty soon. That should be pretty good, consisting of a bunch of legends and flashbacks as well. But here we have the third inning boss pack. You can earn this for 350,000 XP. There are a couple of daily moment players that you can unlock and collect for additional XP. There's a brand new conquest map. It's a pizza map. But I wanted to mainly focus this one on these third inning bosses because we have some pretty good cards. Another relief pitcher, which I was a little bit surprised to see. Right, last time around we had Lee Smith. I thought we would see a starting pitcher, maybe Walter Johnson this time around. I was incorrect. But we do have a couple diamonds leading up to those third inning bosses that I wanted to talk about a little bit first. We have Keith Hernandez, Yasmani Grandal, and Richie Ashburn. Not really, end game players or players that even are, that good. Yasmani Grandal is probably the best one out of this pack. These are more players that you might select for Battle Royale or players that you would use in a specific event. If I was a no money spent player, I would personally select one of these cards and just sell it for 5,000 stubs or sell it for whatever the price is when you unlock it. At the beginning of these programs, they might be inflated a little bit. But with that being said, I don't know if these cards you would necessarily want to hold on to unless you were trying to complete that Mariano collection. But if I was no money spent, I wouldn't be trying to focus on that. I would be mainly focused on building my team with a budget. So maybe this Yasmani Grandal starts. But I think there are a couple other catchers out there that you can choose from that you can earn for free, like the Gary Sanchez. But anyway, 86 overall, Richie Ashburn. Solid contact hitter, has no power at all. Some pitchers actually have more power than this guy, but this is all right. He can, bunt a little bit if that's what you're into. He has 88 speed. He's a speedster, contact player, also a rookie for those collections. This pack, however, I think has some value for no money spent players. This is the classic diamond pack in this third inning program. We have Blake Snell, relief pitching version, the postseason card. This would be the one that I select, and this is going to be the pitcher that I'm going to put right in my bullpen. He's got good stamina, which is certainly valuable. He's also pretty nasty in terms of his break. He has high overall attributes on break, not really control, but it is increased from his live series card. This Didi Gregorius, also pretty good. If you need a shortstop, if you need a budget player, this card should be pretty good, even a bench bat against right-handed pitching. He will get diamond defense once you parallel him up to that third tier. He will have pretty decent speed as well. Not a bad card. This Blake Snell will be the one I choose. Fastball, curveball, changeup, slider. Also has, pretty decent walks per nine, pretty decent control. Walks per nine will help you get better feedback on whichever meter or whichever analog thing you're using. Analog, meter, pulse, pinpoint, any of that. Control will help you shrink that range that the ball could end up going to with the perfect release, if that makes sense. You know how we have pinpoint with the smallest amount of error, and then of course analog has a much larger amount of error, pulse being the largest. Anyway, we have Rafael Devers here right now. This card's pretty decent, good solid hitter, pretty decent budget player. I would use that card as a bench bat if I had a no money spent team, potentially. But now we get into the third inning bosses. Really, all three of these cards are amazing. You can't go wrong with any of them. They all do different things. They're all valuable in their own way. Here we have a third baseman, Troy Glaus, with maxed out power and contact against lefties. He also has shortstop as a secondary position. However, I wouldn't necessarily use this card at that spot because he doesn't have a lot of speed. Of course, if you do parallel him up a couple attributes, he will have better all-around fielding, especially in the secondary. But nonetheless, solid card. I would probably choose that card if you didn't have, high overall third baseman or shortstop. If you're not doing the Team Affinity Season 2, I would probably select that card. If you are doing the Season 2 Team Affinities and you have some of those players, or you have a shortstop, third baseman already, Dennis Eckersley might be the card you select. This card is going to be very good, especially if you're not able to get your hands on Mariano Rivera. If you already have Lee Smith, though, that this card might not have as much value to you. You might want to select Grady Sizemore. This card to me is more of a batter only against right-handed pitchers. I just don't see that contact or power as usable or compared to some of the players that I would have on my no money spent squad. And I'll be talking about that in a minute here. But at the same time, you can't go wrong with that player. You could platoon him with this headliner card, Mickey Mantle. If you have the stubs, if you're no money spent, if you've been making some stubs, flipping some cards, you could certainly, platoon that Grady Sizemore with Mickey Mantle. But for me, I wouldn't want to choose a boss that I'm going to platoon, right? I would probably select Troy Glaus or Dennis Eckersley. But those are kind of my thoughts, right? If I had this team, I would most likely choose Dennis Eckersley because I have all the other spots locked down. Maybe I swap out Willie Mays for that Mickey Mantle if I had the stubs on this no money spent squad. So I decided, maybe I had, a different no money spent squad where I include some of the live series cards that I've pulled out of a pack or that I would be able to purchase, right? In this situation, I would also take Dennis Eckersley. We already have a pretty solid infield, a solid outfield, no need to take Troy Glaus. However, he would always have value as a bench bat, so you can't go wrong in selecting that card. But if I had a no money spent squad, my bullpen would be the number one thing that I am trying to upgrade, and Dennis Eckersley would definitely help me out in that regard. But with that said, we also have some Tops Now players, right? We have some starting pitchers in the Tops Now moments, and you can earn, I think, 4 of these diamonds. You can pick a couple of these for free. When the May Player of the Month comes out on June 8th, we should be able to unlock some more of these packs. So keep that in mind. The price for some of these cards may fluctuate a little bit. Here we have Robbie Grossman. This card's also, pretty good, solid budget player. Switch hitter, solid stats against lefties, might help you make your decision with the third inning boss as an option, right? Here we have Alex Manoah. This guy had a pretty cool story in his debut and everything. Solid card. I'm glad he got a diamond. That's pretty cool to see. But all in all, right, I would probably take Dennis Eckersley. That's probably the card I'm going to end up taking anyway. I have the stubs on my money spent team, so I will probably purchase the other cards off of the marketplace. I already have a Lee Smith that I'm holding on to because that program kind of ended 15 minutes early as well. They dropped this third inning program about 15 minutes early, I want to say. But that won't really affect the previous program's price too much. We saw what happened with Fernando Valenzuela, though, and I figured why not? Why not take a chance? Some people might want to unlock these third inning bosses a little bit quicker because we have 2 brand new legends or 2 newer legends into the game. Troy Glaus, Grady Sizemore, and of course Dennis Eckersley is pretty good. I would select one of the brand new legends, but I think the person that has the most value for me is that Dennis Eckersley, so I'll probably end up getting all 3 for the first time around this season. I'm College Lefty, and I hope I help you out in some way. Peace out.